Hello, my name is Cameron Green, and I'm doing an interview with Ava Greene. So, my first question is there any racism with the teachers in your school, and have you experienced anything of that sort? And what was your response
Do you want me to give you
in
an
class?
example?
So, yeah, examples and like what happened.
Okay. I have a math teacher, and for instance, I was talking to her today because I have basketball after school, I had meetings and stuff like that, and she told me to do a Thanksgiving paper when I was gone. Her assistant doesn't really seem to like me. She always kind of has an attitude and stuff like that. But today, actually Friday, I had to do a graded classwork. So the assistant said, don't worry about the extra classwork because it was just like Thanksgiving activities for the half days. And so when I came back, she was like, I told my actual teacher, I was like, oh, she told me not to worry about the papers. And so then she tried to call me a liar. Oh, I never said that. Started whispering in Miss Burns' ear. Miss Burns nodded her head like this and said, she put a star on my paper and told me that I had to bring it home and do the extra classwork that I didn't have to worry about before at home. And when I came in the next day, I had told her that I wasn't able to do the extra worksheet. It's just a Thanksgiving activity. And that, because I had basketball and I had meetings and I didn't get home till really late, so I would have fell asleep. And, usually like my other teachers, they normally like, oh, I understand, it's fine. It's just a little extra worksheet. But my teacher, she, I was trying to talk to her in the exact tone that I'm like talking to you right now. And she said that I'm getting very aggressive and that I'm getting very angry and stuff like that. And so, I kind of laughed a little bit. I was like to my neighbor next to me because maybe I'm getting aggressive and I don't notice it. So I asked him and he's like, no, you weren't being aggressive. You were just talking normal. And I was like, okay. And then when I talked to my U.S. history teacher about it, because we're like really close to that relationship, she had said to me that she's like, oh, well, just talk down. She told me to just myself when I'm not even in the wrong, because she told me because I'm a minority that I have to like talk to my teacher like I'm a child, like she's a child, and I have to like dumb down to her and be lower than her and do the extra in her class just so we can just be on even terms. When another white boy in my class right next to me, he sleeps every day. They don't wake him up. But I lay my head down one day and they emailed the assistant principal saying that I must have a hard home life because I put my head down in class. So yeah, it's pretty racist. And there's no like black administration that I feel like I can go talk to, like a black female administrator that I can go, talk to, be like, hey, this is a problem, and she'd be like, yeah, it's because you're black. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's real. It's like it's because you're black. It's not, always just yeah.
So, is there any racism, or obviously there is racism, but double consciousness with classmates of yours, in school of any kind, and it doesn't have to be friends, just like people you see in the hallways could be white, of or any other color of yours
Oh yeah, for
that's
sure,
not yours.
for sure. My friends were sitting at lunch, and I walked over to like talk to them, and the white boy next to me clenched his bag, and my friends saw him clench his bag like close to him, and they're like, hey, she wasn't gonna touch your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I guess they assumed that like we're dangerous, or I don't know, that I was gonna steal his stuff, but it does happen sometimes. It's not like every day, but yeah, it's very present. It happens a lot. So
So how does it make you feel? Like, because double consciousness is like an internal feeling. So for example, I would know how, if like for example, if you were a person of another color, I would know how you feel about me, and I would also know how you would also know how I feel about you. So that's that double consciousness right there.
mm.
So do you have any experiences of that in your school where you know kind of how another person is feeling about you in a way?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to tell because sometimes at lunch I'll sit with my white friends, and I'm not friends with everyone at the table, but some of the white kids kind of look at me like, why are you sitting over here? Like, just because you guys are the majority of the table is white, and I want to sit here because I'm black. It doesn't like mean anything. It's they just sometimes they feel weird about it, but then it's also like how you say how do I feel? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I felt good that my friends were kind of defending me, like, hey, she wasn't gonna steal your stuff. Like they kind of see it too, they saw it too. but his white friends didn't see it, and they kind of like they looked at him and looked at my friends like he was in the right to cut his bag, and it kind of felt like kind of upset, like why did he think I would like steal something from his bag? You know, I'm just trying to talk to my friends, so it kind of made me upset.
So, with the 2020 redistricting plan of next year, does it feel awkward in school, racial wise? And also, do you feel a need to have to do JROTC in order to stay in school, or do you just feel free?
Well, I mean, I don't really like the redistricting plan because I feel like it's breaking up all the friendships that I've had, not even just from when I was in elementary school, not just middle school, but now. Like, you come into a whole new atmosphere as a freshman, and you make new friends, and you grow close to certain people. And there's honestly friendships that are irreplaceable that I know that even if I went to a new school, I couldn't replace
What is
that.
like the state of what like the other schools are going through? So like Oakland Mills, Hammond.
Oh, how are they
Long Range.
feeling?
How are they being treated at those schools versus Howard? Like how
Well,
you're being
Howard.
treated.
Okay.
Yeah, like how is it?
I mean, I don't really know like the staff at those other schools, but I know like that Howard gets better education, and you know, better sports and stuff like that. But at these other schools, they don't have the better sports, and they don't have the teaching that they have at Howard. And you know, of course, the friendships that I had there, like that's like I can't replace that. And if they move me to another school, I mean, I can make new friends. Like, I'm a social kid, but like at the same time, it's not gonna ever be the same if they move me away from Howard.
And then what about like River Hill and Glenelg?
It's very Caucasian, majority Caucasian. I feel like I wouldn't socially fit into the group. I just would be very lost, you know. Again, the friendships, you know, that I grew up with, it wouldn't be the same at all. You know, I love my white friends, my Caucasian friends, I'm sorry. I love them. You know, they're really cool people. But at the same time, I feel like having a lot of variety, you know, racially, you know, that's like, it's good, you know, to mix it up. So, no, I don't think I'd do very well at River Hill or Glenelg, so.
All right, Ava. It was a pleasure having an interview with you.
Thank you.
All right.